So, welcome back to the Everybody Podcast again. Today we have a special guest. It's been a long time coming, you get me? We have JLo Green Moscati on the podcast. Yeah.
So excited!
So tell us about you. What do we need to know?
Well, I don't know. You don't want me to say like my elevator.
You can
pitch.
do
You want me
everything.
to-
Yeah, anything you want.
You want me to tell you something people don't know?
You can start with the unknown. You can start with the known, then give us the unknown.
Okay. I'm gonna do my elevator pitch.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you like a fun fact.
Okay.
Alright, that's the best.
So, I'm a senior accounting major from the Mile High City, Denver, Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
I currently serve as SGA Executive President.
Yes, sir.
I'm also a member of the Delta Delta chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated.
We love the Reds.
We really love the Reds so much. I'm also in the honors program.
Okay.
I'm in Phi Beta Lambda Business Fraternity Incorporated, Zaza chapter. I used to be at University Echo.
Wow.
I used to be the
She doesn't
treasurer of Girls.
Okay, this is gonna take a
Incorporated.
while.
I mean, I work for Girls Who Code. I love to volunteer. Not even because I'm a Delta, but I just love community service. I love helping people.
Okay.
Like I can do community service on my free time. I love to work out.
Mm-hmm.
I like to cook sometimes.
She's giving like the dating profile, you know.
Yeah, I'm like,
Boy,
yeah. I hope because she's really selling herself right now. I'm like,
A fun fact about me. Well, a few fun facts. My favorite color is olive green. I love olive green. And my favorite print is camo. That's where I got olive green from. I used to want my wall painted camo. Camouflage. I don't know why.
You always been an army girl. Are you an army girl?
No.
Oh,
I just love the print. I think it's so cute. But not like the, how could I word this? Not like the, you know how the camo looks and it kind of looks like it's like woods,
Yeah.
like wilderness? I don't
Yeah.
like that camo.
Yeah, I
I
don't
just
like
like
that one.
the
Army
splotches of
style.
color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can understand.
But not even army. But just, I don't know. It's like a specific, it has to be like a specific.
like the urban outfitters type camo.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Love camo.
Why you like camo?
I don't know. I've always liked camo and cheetah print.
Cheetah prints?
I can see you
Yes.
being a shopping girl.
Yes. Well, I was actually a cheetah girl.
I can see.
What's a cheetah
I
girl?
was
Are you not see the movie?
are you kidding me?
Oh my God, I
I'm like
gotta
really
see it.
old. So what's a cheetah girl?
I'm not really old.
Your sister doesn't know what it.
You said my
You don't know the cheetah girl?
Oh my God.
sounds familiar, but what
It
is a
was
cheetah girl?
Raven Simone.
That's really
You probably
helping.
don't know.
Yeah,
It was on Disney Channel.
Cheetah girls.
that does not look familiar.
That's crazy.
I used to watch the news when I was young, so
Oh yeah.
yeah. I'm just playing, yo. I don't know what cheetah girls are, but like I definitely had Disney. But yeah, keep going.
I don't know how you miss cheetah girls, but yeah, I really don't know. I just always been drawn to camouflage, and drawn to cheetah print. But I really think cheetah girls like enhance my love for cheetah print.
So you say you act?
You act.
That's what she said.
Yep.
Oh my God. You know I'm gonna ask it. Show us your first impression.
No.
I had to ask.
I'm not a skilled actress, but it's
What?
just like on the spot.
On the spot,
Like I can act.
Do it.
Okay.
like he can act like just do it.
Oh, you doing improv too?
Well, that's just my professional way of saying I was a good liar, but I don't like to lie anymore. That was when I was a kid. I used to take acting classes though, also. So it really,
So what happened?
But
Why
it
did
was
you
like-
stop?
why did I stop? I don't know. I just didn't like it. Is that bad?
I mean, that's fine.
I took it when I was a kid, and I really learned how to do a British accent.
I do a British accent. Nah,
I don't know what to say.
Say biscuit and crumpets.
What is?
You said
Biscuit and crumpet.
I don't know how to say.
Biscuit and crumpet.
Okay, okay, maybe I'm not as professional as I thought I was.
just say, what if just you?
I don't know. I can just talk.
Alright, so from now on, try this whole conversation. Speak in a British accent.
Okay.
I bet that's a bit.
So we all going British, isn't it? Is that what we're saying?
That's what I did today, isn't it?
Okay, all right then. She was saying, yeah, you used to be a really, really good liar. Yeah. Why did you always lie? Tell us about that.
Because I
Nope.
never.
Nope.
Oh!
Gotta stay on point.
I can't do it.
No, you're doing a good job.
We're
fam.
cool. We're cool. You can go on.
Let me see. I have to find it. It's always, I don't know. I just do it on the spot. I do it on the spot like that.
I can do it.
I feel that. I hear
So
it.
when I was a kid, I can't do it.
You did so good.
Okay, let me try. Let me get
You sound like a Manchester man.
Let me lock in. So when I was a kid, I always loved to just lie because I did not like getting in trouble.
That's a good one still. Sounds like Amelia.
Yeah.
Definitely what it sounds like. Definitely Amelia. But yeah, just you can go on now. You can go on now.
Well, I don't know. I never liked to get in trouble.
Mm.
I hated getting in trouble when I was younger. So I was just like, oh, that didn't happen. This is what actually happened. And then it would all be fine. But again, my sister would just tell the truth. And I'd be like, okay. And then I get in 10 times more trouble than I would have got in if I would have just told the truth. So that's why I stopped lying.
Mm.
I really stopped lying. I stopped lying as much.
Yeah.
As much.
Everybody tells like a small lie
I don't
here and
lie.
there. You don't lie at all?
I don't lie.
I don't.
At all?
You know.
I just tell you what it is.
Say you're in a grocery store.
Uh-huh. So you cheat.
I don't like where this is going. But
Say you're in a grocery
Alright,
store
alright.
and you have like this random person just ask you a question about like, can you hand that sugar to me? And you hand them the sugar,
Yeah.
right? And then they just start telling you a story.
Okay.
It's one of those people like that you just get caught up talking. So then
Yeah.
you kind of like lying like, oh, I have to go.
But I'm not lying
Somebody
though. I
wait
do
for
have to
me.
go.
Yeah.
But well, I go to the extreme. I say like, well, I have to go. Somebody's waiting on me. Whole time nobody's waiting on me. I'm just trying to go.
You sound like
But
one
I
of
feel bad.
you sound like one of them people that if they ask for your number, you're like, oh man, I'm married.
Yeah.
Like type vibe.
Or I'll just say like, oh, I don't really do numbers, but
Oh my
I'll give you
God.
my Instagram, or you can give me your Instagram, and then they'll type the Instagram in my phone,
Yeah.
And then you backspace.
yeah. Or like they'll follow themselves, and I just unfollow.
Why though?
Demon.
Because, but no, really, to be honest, there's like every single time. Well, not every single time, but it's really common for females to try to reject a man, and they get
Yeah.
hurt. So
Have
that's
you
why I
ever
say,
been
like,
rejected?
Yes, twice.
Twice.
I
With the
shot my
teeth.
shot. I shot my shot at this boy freshman year, and what's crazy is he liked me first, but he had told my friend his friend told my friend, he's about to come talk to her, and he never came.
Mhm.
So then my friend was like, oh, you should text him on Instagram.
Yeah.
So then I texted him, hey.
Yeah.
He left me on red. And then come to find out he had a girlfriend the whole time. So I was like, oh, that's why he didn't respond.
Mm.
But I was like, you? We're going to say something to me first.
How
I
do
just
you
took
do that,
initiative.
How
Because
do
I
you-
saw them. Like later that week, I saw them together. And what's crazy is
No,
this
how do you know it was
happened-
gonna
Say
make
something
moves?
to you.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
How do you know he was gonna come to you? Because he
his
never
fr-
did.
Because his friend told my friend. Okay, so this is what
So is
happened.
he-
It was Valentine's Day,
Okay.
freshman year,
Uh-huh.
A&M.
Alright.
We were sitting in a caf, and his friend texted my friend that was sitting with me at the caf. Mind you, he was sitting with his friend. He was like, my friend right here is about to come talk to your friend. Is
Yeah.
she single? And she was like, yeah. And so, I was just sitting there like, and he never came. They
Yeah.
left. Well, no, we were actually done eating, and we left. And then
He never
that's
came.
when, and then later that day, I was like, he didn't say anything.
Mm.
So I texted him. He rejected me.
I mean, he just left you on red. That's not
That's not
rejection,
really
really.
It is a rejection. He didn't respond.
I think men and women have two different
Yeah,
perspectives.
How
of
is that
rejection.
not? So what would you?
it is
label as?
rejection. I'm just playing with you.
Oh, I was about to say.
I mean,
he doesn't think it is.
Just
I mean, it's the gray area for real. It's really the gray area
it's
of
probably a rejection.
something could have really happened when maybe like he texted you back and never got there, or like he was
Sure,
like,
crazy. No,
or
I
like-
don't want to fuck with you.
or like he saw your Instagram and he was like, he knows this person. I don't want to fuck with her no more.
I don't know. I didn't know a lot of people freshman year. I just had one little small friend group, and I didn't even know him. I didn't even know his friend. There was nobody I could have known. I didn't even know his girlfriend.
What about the second time?
The second time, what's crazy is the same thing happened, but I just like I didn't. He didn't. he didn't try to like.
I'm
come
so
up to
glad
me.
this lady has expressed the pain men feel.
No, I'll never shoot my shot ever again. Sorry, y'all
I
can have it. Y'all can have it. But I just had saw him freshman year at this honors event. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, he's so cute.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to DM him.
Yeah.
And I DM'd him, and he left me red. I said, oh, I'm not doing this anymore.
Maybe you try it in person.
Well, see, that's what's crazy. I have such a big personality.
Huh?
It's like I'll talk to people, and then they'll go to their friend like, oh, she was flirting with me. And I was like, whoa.
I'm just chilling. Yeah.
I was just cracking a joke.
Yeah.
Because I like making people laugh.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna flirt too.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I've actually accidentally flirted. So technically I already did. I don't know if I would ever shoot my shot in person. I would not like to be rejected in person. That's crazy. I don't know. Because, and then you shoot your shot in person. What if they have a girlfriend?
That's
Then you just keep it
reason.
pushing. You just keep pushing.
What if they lie about the girlfriend? Is what I'm
You
saying.
just keep pushing still.
That's all
No.
go through. That's all guys go through.
You just keep pushing
Just
like
keep pushing.
I feel like guys are actually more unloyal than females.
say
What?
unloyal.
Mm-hmm.
How did we
Wait,
go
what?
from there? Like
What?
No, y'all said just keep it pushing. Like if he has a girlfriend, keep it pushing. But I feel like
I mean, keep it pushing. Like
go ahead
go
then.
to the next person. Like forget about
I'm
him.
saying, what if he doesn't tell me he has a girlfriend and I shoot my shot in person?
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh, you shot your shot, and he has a girlfriend, but you're the only one that doesn't know. People around you know.
Wait, I'm confused.
So,
Okay, say you're in the grocery store.
Why is it
What?
always in the grocery store? What else? Calf. How about the calf?
I
Football
guess.
game.
I never go in the cab.
Okay,
That'd be
how
grocery
about?
store.
How
I
about
went today. I went today for like the second time this semester. But okay, say you're in the cab
Okay.
and you go up to the table
to
with
the,
this boy and
Yeah.
all his friends,
Mhm.
and you shoot your shot, and he goes for it.
Yeah.
Everybody at the table knows that he has a girlfriend, but you.
Okay.
That's embarrassing.
But that's not on you though.
But still,
that's not you though.
I just don't like that. I don't like the feeling of that. Cause then when you find out, you're like, damn, he's had a girlfriend of 5 years. Everybody at the damn table didn't tell me.
5 years is crazy,
Sorry, I don't know what
but
it is. but everybody at the damn table didn't tell me.
I feel like that really happened. But
No.
that's
It's very
No,
personal.
but it has. Like I've just been in relationships and like the person has been like so like unloyal, and I was the only and I was the only person that didn't know. So
See,
that has happened, but not shoot my shot.
would you say you're delusional?
I wouldn't say I was delusional.
How
They're delusional.
No, like if everybody saw it except you.
Oh,
Interesting.
That's a good one.
I don't think I'm delusional.
Yeah, it's about to be that time.
I don't think I'm delusional. I think I was just dangerously in love. Ooh, that was a good one.
This sounds like the whole actor liar type, but you just make it sound good. But sure, okay, dangerously in love.
Yes.
Would you say you get attached quickly?
Yes and no. It depends.
On what?
Because it depends on the person's consistency.
Mm.
So if you're consistently like showing me a good time,
Yeah.
of course I'm gonna be attached.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're like consistently like lying, coming up with excuses
Yeah.
for why you're not doing this, why you're not doing that, then it's like no, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna be attached because that's dumb. So it depends on the person.
Mm. What would you say your attachment style is?
What do you mean?
Okay. So, with attachment styles, yeah, there are usually 3 attachment styles. Most people usually fall in between those 3. There's secure, there's avoidant, and there's anxious. So I'm gonna start with anxious. Anxious, they usually get attached quickly, and then when they don't feel like they're showing affection or attention, they start to exhibit some behaviors like, oh, you're cheating on me, or they start being passive aggressive type vibes. And then avoidant is like, they're cool and everything, but once you start getting close, they're like, oh my god, this is too close for me. I'm gonna start distancing myself. And then secure is like, I'm cool, whatever. Like, I'm just chilling.
I think I'm that one.
Secure?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Why do you
Because-
think you're secure?
Because I'll never like if I feel like somebody's cheating on me, I'm not gonna ask you. I'm just gonna block you. I'm gonna look for evidence and then I'm gonna block you.
I guess my explanation was just in the wind. How is
You
that?
said anxious meant like
Passive aggressive type
Yeah.
behavior. If you okay, so how would you rate your communication skills on a scale of 1 to 10?
so I used to really be a bad communicator, but I'm actually working on it. So I would give myself a solid 6.5.
Okay, that's average. So cool. So like blocking the person, right? Like
Oh, I feel like if I can find evidence that you're cheating on me, there's nothing else we need to talk about. You obviously don't feel like I'm your one and only,
yeah.
and you'd rather be for the streets. And I don't want to be for the streets. I want to be settled down.
Okay, so flip it.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody finds out something about you and they just block you, how do you feel about that?
I'd be like, damn, I got caught.
Have you ever cheated before?
No,
Have
I
you ever?
could never.
Could never.
Mm-mm. I feel like if I'm with one person, I'm with that one person. If I want to cheat, I'll just leave them alone and go be with another person.
So speaking of cheating, I had this conversation with someone a few days ago, and she was mentioning that like once you're married, like there's a possibility that you're most likely gonna cheat. Like at least one person is gonna cheat in a marriage.
Why is that?
That scares me. I don't like
That scares me too. But she was like, oh, that's just like I guess in our culture, like I guess it's like a norm, or like it's kind of like okay, you can cheat once type vibe. I don't know.
Why is
I
that
feel
a
like they're
norm?
trying to make it a norm, but it's not.
I don't know. I don't even know how we got to that conversation.
Why is that a norm? Why do you guys think that's a norm?
I don't think that's enough. it was a conversation. It was just to the extent like, oh, we should just kind of come from the point like, oh, what if like, you made her mad and something, you're not giving her what she wants.
Yeah.
And she feels like she's not heard enough. And then somebody else again is coming up with the pressure and everything. Like a work boyfriend, for example, comes up with like the work, putting in the pressure, giving her the affection,
Yeah.
and you're kind of like, let's say, kind of not giving her what she really wants. And then she feels like, oh, you guys probably went to like a conference together.
Yeah.
And then at that conference, like things went down and all this stuff.
Mm.
That type of cheating, not like, oh, I'm gonna go find somebody to like, cheat on me.
No, I'm saying that scares me too. I
That
don't
scares
think
me a
that
lot.
to happen.
But I feel like I looked at the stat and it's actually like 25% of marriages.
That's not high though.
25% of like a billion.
You said 25%. I mean, there's still the 75% that don't cheat.
That's true.
And that's what I'm looking at. I'm like,
Me
okay,
too.
I'm in there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I was like, dang.
because like I feel like sometimes you can know that something's about to go down.
Mhm.
Yeah, you do
If
know
you
that.
feel a disconnect.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'm not even talking about with your other person, like with the person you're about to cheat on.
No, yeah.
You can know that it's about to happen,
So-
but you still decide to go.
So okay, in the sort of like when you're dating, this one cheats on you, okay, you leave. But in a marriage, would you guys leave if your spouse cheats on you?
It depends.
It really depends.
Depends.
Like, if they cheated and they like had sex more than one time,
Uh-huh.
they were buying her things. I would leave.
Yeah.
But if they just had sex one time, I think I would be like separated for maybe like a year, and then let the love come back, and then get back.
What if you have kids?
Oh.
Yeah, that's always.
If I have kids, I feel like that would make me more mad. So I don't even know how I would react. Like, why would you cheat knowing we have kids?
Do you think?
I would tell my kids, your dad's a
Are you're gonna be that
Shame
person?
on him.
I don't think that's good.
Throw tomatoes at him. We're gonna buy some tomatoes and we're gonna throw tomatoes at your fucking dad. So you're a fucking cheat.
if you get caught cheating?
I just don't. I can't. I don't even see it in my heart to cheat.
That's what everyone
I
says.
feel like a lot of people say that.
That's what everyone
And
thinks.
I'm just that type of person where even if I did do something, I just have to tell you. I wouldn't get caught. I have to get it off my conscience because it's gonna eat me up.
This is
But-
quite contradictory.
Yeah, exactly.
Right
If you
now.
go back to the initial point.
Okay, I said that was me in the past. I used to lie really bad,
Yeah.
but remember I said I started to feel bad. So now I'm just like really, I'm open. Unless I have to tell like a small lie, I'll still feel bad. But it's like, dang, I have to go. You're sitting here
A
talking to me
small
about
lie
sugar.
is pretty subjective.
No, a small a small. When I say small lie, I say like a lie that doesn't matter. But a big lie, I could never. I hate lying. Because when you lie, you have to keep up with all of your lies.
Yeah.
And I have bad memory. I can't keep up with all the lies, so then I'm gonna get caught up.
This is a comedy show. It started off with, "Oh my God, I used to be a great liar.
Great actor.
I'm a great actor."
that's
And then-
I used to be a great liar. I really used to be. When I was a kid.
So it seems like when you're a kid, you're great, and then all of a sudden you're terrible. So right now, I'm sorry. So right now, what are you good at? What are you great at?
I'm really good at. I love arts and crafts.
Oh yeah, I remember when you drew on that kid. Remember Valentine? I still think I did better painting than you did.
What are you talking about?
One went to what's the name? It's Penelope.
Oh
Yeah.
no! I was really good.
The kid loves mine. The kids love mine.
The University of I wish I took pictures. We didn't have to do face paintings. His
That
looked like a
was
damn
Mine was good. Mine
kindergartner
was great.
was trying to draw a damn Empire State Building.
Empire State Building again. Empire State
it
Walkabout.
was somebody asked for a butterfly. He drew a bony butterfly. I didn't draw a bony butterfly. The butterfly's wings are low key supposed to be like heart shaped. Like, you know, just half of a heart.
Yeah.
You do another one. Half a heart. You do another one. His were just.
The difference of butterflies.
Oh, and then your flowers. Oh my gosh.
Well, beautiful.
They
Thank
were
you very much.
terrible.
I feel like you're hating at this point.
No.
No, I'm just gonna come for you. I did try to listen to the
You
show.
were coming for me already.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, you did. You just said your art was better than mine. It was
Because I'm
not.
spitting
I had,
facts.
to, I had to do the University of Alabama A. I don't think you understand how hard it is to really do
It's
when you
not.
have to paint on somebody's face. Yes, it is hard. You think
To you, it's hard. To me, it was easy.
I did a really good job.
I believe both of you.
Exactly. Thank you.
I'm doing it again this year, so we can have a competition if you want to have a competition.
Alright, babe, I'm gonna sign up. That's a bit.
Okay.
What day? Let me do. I'll issue up there.
So, what would you say your creative skill is?
I feel like I have a lot of creative skills. Like, I could really come up with a really good idea if you give me like the base, if
Mhm.
that makes sense. Like, I'm really good at just coming up with something. Like, if it's for a project or even an event, like, I'm really good at just coming up, if it has to be on the spot or just like a detailed. I always come up with good ideas. Like my campaign when I ran for my presidency, that came off the top of my head. I was just listening to Gunna's album that had just came out, and I said, "Pushing P. Wow, this is it." And then me and my best friend Ivy, we wrote a whole rap. I directed that video. Y'all, every shot you saw in that campaign video, I
You're a
came
rap.
up with.
You're a rap.
Mhm.
Can you spit some?
Oh, I'm not a professional rapper. I wrote it that one time. I really needed something that was gonna get me a win, and I said, "This is it." Everybody's gonna use like an instrumental. Everybody's gonna use like I don't know, a song over there. Why do that when I can write my own song?
If I give you a bit right now, could you do something freestyle?
No, I could try, but I'm not good with words. I'm better with numbers.
Interesting.
That account is coming out. You get me?
I hate words. I hate English. I've always been in like advanced English and writing my whole life, and I hate it so much. And I always ask like, "Can you put me in the regular class?" They'd be like, "No, you're really smart." I'd be like, "I hate it though." But I would do it because I had to, but I hated it.
What does winning mean to you?
Winning, just like with anything.
Yeah.
I feel like think winning means just to finish a goal. But like a goal that you had no control over, really. And when I say that, I mean like you have control, but you don't have 100% control. Like you have those obstacles that you have to overcome, but you never know like what the real ending of those obstacles is gonna be until you win. And then you're like, wow, I just did all that, I faced all that, I went through all that, and I finally won.
So what experience like that in your life would you say was one of those?
I would definitely say my winning president, because I went through a lot of stuff was not expecting.
Like what?
I mean, everybody knows about it. When Austin put out that letter, I was scared. That morning, it was crazy. So I was actually asleep. And one of my line sisters was like texting me. She called me. And I declined her call. And I looked at her text message and she was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Did somebody say I got like hit by a car or something? Yeah, I'm fine. And she's like, "Did you see Austin's letter?" And I was like, "What letter?" And then she sent it to me. And then I went on Instagram and I'm reading it. And it's like, dang. He definitely like, he took his shots at me. And they were good shots, I'm not gonna lie. But it was just like false. Like he was really good at being petty. I hate to say it. He was really good at being petty. Those were some good shots. Like he did his big one for sure. But I don't know.
The words were hot.
How did you feel about that?
Oh, I was so emotional. Like when I read the letter, so I was talking to my profile Deja. She was the vice president of SGA. I want to say not last year, but the year before. So what was that? 2020 or 2021? Yeah, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she was kind of like mentoring me and MJ, just kind of helping us, with campaign and things like that. Oh, when I won junior class senator, I was always working as best as I could. So it was just like kind of crazy for somebody to really say that about me, because it was like him saying that meant kind of it didn't mean, it showed that he did not know me as well as I thought he did. Because if he did, he would not have done something like that. But I got a lot of love from that, and I hate to say it, but it was like something bad that was turned super, super good, because so many people like showed me love and support, and I didn't know that many people were like supporting me and my presidency and my campaign until that letter came out. But also I really hated all like the hate that Ayana had got, because a lot of people thought she had told him to write that, and she did not. So I didn't know about any of this until somebody else had told me. I think it was Ayana. In August, she told me she was getting like death threats and thing like that. And I was like, well, so I told her, I was like, I'm not behind any of that. Like, I did not tell anybody to do that. And she was like, I know, but and I was like, dang.
That's true about college president.
I know. I was like, geez Louise, that was crazy. But yeah. So going through all that, like emotionally, it was a lot. And then mentally, it was a lot. Because I was so scared to run for president. Like, it was such a big thing. So for somebody to like write a letter, post it on his page for everybody to see, it was like so embarrassing for me. But then I came back with my post, and I ate him up, and then I won. And now we're here.
But why did you even run for presidency then? What's like motivation?
Well, okay. So I've always wanted to be like an advocate for not just the students, but for the female students, if that makes sense. Like when I was a senator, junior class senator, there were just so many like rules and regulations, kind of like putting the student leaders in a box, when we should have been like able to be ourselves as student leaders, because that's what got us to that position in the first place. So that was super big to me. And it would just be like small things, but it was just like society today isn't the same society that it was before. And I just felt like we needed somebody to help change those rules, and that's kind of what I did. I got a lot of heat for it, but I still did it.
Interesting. So what do you mean there were like rules? Like, can you go through that?
Like, just you couldn't have any tattoos showing at the games. Like if you had tattoos, you'd have to cover it up with makeup. And I remember my line sister, she had actually won or senator for the College of Agriculture, and she was a fashion designer. So I knew she would have used that position in its like entirety. Like she was gonna do her big one, but she quit because she had sleeves. Like on her legs too, and they were like, you need to cover all that up with makeup. Imagine having to walk around in the heat at a football game and all this humidity.
What if it rains?
Right. And you have all this makeup on. Mind you, sometimes we did wear like all white dresses. Yeah. So just imagine all that on your dress. Like it was just so unfair. We should be able to look like the students if we're representing the students. And then they said so much about nose rings, but I've had my nose ring and I was. So what else did they say? Colored hair. Oh. It was just so strict, and I just hated that. And there were so many people that would quit SGA when I knew they were so qualified for SGA, and it would also be people who would just kind of just not even want to run for it because it's like, well, I want to do this, and they're not gonna let me do this. But they would be such qualified candidates, so I really wanted to change that, and I really wanted SGA to feel more like a home instead of like a job.
But wouldn't you say like those rules were meant to like keep a certain level of standard?
And I could understand that, and that's why I was trying to explain like to them. Well, no, not me. They were kind of trying to explain when I was junior class senator. They were trying to do it. They're basically saying like, yes, you can't come out there looking crazy. You can't have like hot pink hair, super long nails, sleeves everywhere, inappropriate clothes. Like I definitely get that, but also we're not in the same day and age as like the 80s. Like if you go to a super well established business, there might be one person with like a nose piercing and some tattoos, and I bet you they're like employee of the month. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's just, I feel like outside of A&M, the world is, America is America. But it's still kind of trying to work around those standards so that people can still be themselves. And I felt like if America is able to do it, why can't A&M? If that makes sense.
So if you were to sum up your whole presidency, 3 words.
Dang.
That's 3
No. 3 words. I couldn't even think. Does it have to be a sentence or just any 3?
It could be any 3. It's up to you.
I definitely want to put growth as, or I don't even know how you would say that. Just growth, period. Just because I came into my presidency a different person than I am now, and that's a good thing. Like I felt like I always remained like, I tried to stay as much Jayla as I could, cause like a lot of people will say like, oh, they're in this position, they're feeling themselves, da da da. I never wanted to be that person. I still wanted to be Jayla, cause that at the end of the day, that was the whole thing I was advocating for, letting students still be student leaders, but also be themselves. So I've always wanted to be Jayla. But I feel like I'm a better Jayla than I was before. And that's mentally, physically, emotionally.
So you got to the resident, you've been here in the gym, huh?
Yeah. But only because it's like a stress reliever. Like you have so much built up and then you get to the gym and you just like push yourself and it's like, and it's like, whoa. You let up all that steam. Now you can just like, woosah.
Woosah is crazy.
I'm sitting down.
So growth is definitely a word. I wish I could find a better word so it could be like a adjective.
Growth is good.
Yeah. I would definitely say challenging. I pushed myself in ways I did not think, and I definitely felt it. Like there would be days I literally laid in the bed and just cried because I was so burnt out and I had so much to do and it was just like so much on me. Cause like just academically, it's my senior year. I'm trying to graduate, so I'm having all my hardest classes, and then on top of that, my presidency, I'm a board of trustee member. Like, there's a lot being called on me for. I have to give 1,001 speeches, 1,001 appearances, plan all these events. And then on top of that, I still have like my personal life. So just missing my family, especially my nephew. I love you, Masai. I'll make him watch this later. But just like missing my family and just not being able to have as much time to like go visit them because I am having to be the president and I live so far away.
But how do you deal with all this like stress and burnout though?
You said how do I deal with all the stress?
And burnout, like how do you even manage your time? How do you kind of handle the whole shebang?
Honestly, I just take it day by day. And I'm not gonna act like I didn't have my days. Like again, there'd be plenty of days I'd have to call MJ and just be like, MJ, I can't do it today. I'm so burnt out. Like I need to catch up on my classes. I just need a day where I can just breathe and just be to myself. I remember when Greer was here, she used to when we first started school, she used to say, I want you to pick a day and that's just gonna be your day. And I said, I want Fridays so I can have a 3-day weekend. And she was like, okay. And Fridays, and I also didn't have a class Fridays. So she said Fridays are my days where like nobody could contact me, nobody could do anything. If anything, I could send them to MJ or send them to her, but like those were my days. And so I had Fridays, but then sometimes I'd have to use my Fridays because there was so much going on. Like fall semester was such a crazy semester. And then on top of that, I went through so much in my presidency that like nobody really experienced, so it's not like I could have asked. Like there was just so many changes. So many
like
changes. Changes to faculty. There was new faculty, so they're learning things while I'm learning things. So it was so hard. And then with Greer passing, that was definitely like a really hard thing. And it was like when you talk to all the past presidents or even Miss A&M's or just anybody that was really went to A&M and was involved with student activities, they couldn't imagine losing Greer. So it was like losing Greer during my presidency, it was like kind of hard because that was the biggest, she was like the biggest superhero in student activities. She knew everything, she knew everybody. That was the one person you really needed to be successful. Any question I had, I'd just be like, Greer, so what am I supposed to do in da-da-da? Even learning in my position, she said, oh, okay, well, this is what, you could do it this way, or you could do it this way. I would do it this way. And so then I'd be like, well, I'm just going to do how you said you do it, because you know best. Yeah. So losing her, that was hard. And luckily, we were able to make it, but it was hard. Like, that was, how can you really, like, nobody was expecting that, so how can you really explain? Yeah, exactly, prepare for that. It was the last thing that would ever cross my mind. And so, yeah, that's why I use challenging. My next word would have to be, I'm not good with words for real. Remember I said that, so don't be surprised. Growth challenging. I feel like that's two on the same spec, like growth and then challenging. So I'm trying to meet in the middle. I don't know, I would just say bittersweet. That's what I tell everybody. Bittersweet because there are a lot of things I experience, I feel like because I am a woman, that a male would not have experienced, which I hated because it's unfair. But also sweet because it's like, again, I experience because I am a woman that a man may not have experienced. Like, just being shown all this love from not only faculty but students, saying they look up to me, saying like, oh, I never even pictured a female president at my university. How'd you do that? Like, what's your story? I want to do what you did. That means the world to me. And then just being recognized for the hard work that I've been putting in, that nobody really gets to see because it's all behind the scenes. That's the sweet part.
So you mentioned that as a lady, you are like, feel like you have some challenges in your presidency. You're about to graduate soon. So do you feel like as a lady, you are ready for the real world?
Yes, I definitely do. And I don't only say that because of like, you know, challenges, but also because of the lessons that I've learned, and also the skills that I've learned as well. I'm able to like stand up for myself now, and I know what that feels like. I'm not gonna be scared to do it because I've done it. So, yeah, I think I'm ready. But I don't know. I do still think that I need some learning, like just being able to like control myself when I am angry and I'm put like to a challenge. Because when I get really angry, I cry, and then everybody thinks I'm sad, and it's like, no, I'm actually really upset.
Interesting.
Why is that?
I don't know why I do that. When I'm really mad, I cry. And it's like I'm not crying because I'm sad. It's like I'm not crying because I'm crying. I'm crying because I'm so mad I can't do anything but cry.
So when you're sad, what do you do?
I cry. But these are like angry tears. It's like I have two. I have angry tears and then I have happy tears. My angry tears, like, no, those are scary. Because when I'm just quiet. When I'm crying, when I'm mad, I'm just quiet. Because I'm pushed to my limit. But when I'm sad, I'm a crybaby.
I didn't take you for that.
So what are your thoughts about graduation now, where everything is coming to an end? You get your life back to normal. How do you approach that?
Honestly, well, I do want to put it out there. I'm graduating in the fall.
Full gang.
Yay!
Full gang.
And I actually just made the decision because I was so overwhelmed. And I had 2 credits left anyway before I could graduate. But they let you walk with 2 credits.
Yeah.
But I was like, I kind of don't want to. Like, I want more time because, again, with my presidency, I was pushed to do so much. I kind of lost myself. And then when I lost myself, I lost, like, all the things that I had to do, kind of, academically, personally. So I wasn't planning for graduation, but I also kind of like wasn't going to class as much as I should have been. Well, okay, I don't want to put that on record saying I wasn't going to class. I definitely was going to class, but like I would have to miss class.
Right here.
I had to miss class because of like
Events.
appearances and stuff like that. Like Magic City Classic, I had a test.
Yeah.
But I had a board of trustee meeting at the same time as my test. And my teacher was mad, and I said, "Yeah."
You're the president.
and so it's that's another thing that I kind of hated about being president is I would try to explain to my teachers like, okay, I have to go to this event, and I'd let them know ahead of time, but they would be mad at me. And then on the other side, I tell people I'm working with as a president, okay, I have class, and then they'd be mad like, you can miss class for this. And so it was like, yes, that's what I'm saying. So I don't want to say I wasn't going to class. It was just like events, especially again in the fall. There was so much going on. I had to be everywhere.
You said you were losing yourself. Elaborate.
Well, I feel like I'm a really transparent person. So there was a point in time, recently actually, well, maybe last month, where I really felt like mentally I was not myself. And it was crazy. I was getting so busy, like I wasn't eating. I wasn't really sleeping for real. It was just work, don't play. And it was so hard for me because when I realized kind of what I was doing, I was like, oh, this isn't good. This isn't good. And then I was getting sad because I was losing myself. And it was just a mess. But I was talking to somebody. I was talking to my friend because I hadn't talked to her in a long time. She had came to my room. She was like, so we're not friends anymore? I said, nobody said that. I've just been busy. Like, I've been busy. And she said, well, you need to communicate. You need to ask for help. And I was like, dang, you're right. I do need to ask for help when I'm struggling, or I do need to communicate when I'm struggling, because I have people who are caring for me, who are worried. The whole time I'm just working. I'm not thinking. So she was like, you need to go to therapy. And I was like, well, I want to go to therapy, but there's not any good therapists on campus, and I just don't want like a half-assed session. And she was like, I go to therapy every week. I said, oh, word? And she was like, yeah, I have a really good therapist. I said, oh. And then the next day, I think it was that same day. Yeah, that same day, I had ended up going to the gym and the wellness. And And I went with some friends, and I ended up leaving early because my phone was dying. I need my phone. But so I had walked over to the health side of the health and wellness center, and I set up a therapy appointment.
Yeah.
And then ever since, I've been meeting with a therapist, and it helped me so much. And I didn't know that I needed that. And it was like I was scared to do therapy, but I can't lie, I don't know where I'd be if I didn't do therapy.
Interesting.
I think I'd be so burnt out. It really like helped me take a pause and just explain everything. And then when I was explaining everything to her,
Why?
it was like, you're right. But then it was like she was understanding it. And it felt so good to finally just kind of be understood and just have that safe space where I could be myself. Because when you're outside and you're trying to like be vulnerable and, you know, do all that, it's kind of scary. You never know who you could trust. You never know who's going to run and say, oh, did you know Jayla has this going on, da da da. It's like, I don't want to be too vulnerable to just anybody. But in her room, like, I could just spill it all. And I just let so much off my chest that I've been holding in. Like, personally, things that were going on in my personal life, and then things that were going on academically, and then things that were going on as far as my presidency. Like, it was, I had so much going on. It was such a sad time. But I'm just glad I was able to help myself see it through. I'm glad I had my friend to tell me to go to therapy. She said, you're 22 years old, you need to go to therapy. I said, dang, ate me up, let me go. So yeah, but I really lost myself, but I'm glad I found myself. That happens sometimes.
Yeah.
How do you feel sharing that?
I feel really good sharing that because what scared me to go to therapy is that I never knew there were people kind of like the people who I was hanging around that were seen as like the popular, most liked, you know, popular faces on campus, having to go to therapy and just, you know, mentally just not being there. So when I started,
Who was calling? No.
Keep going.
She got me calling.
We in the like very serious part.
sorry,
But yeah.
that was funny. I forgot what we were talking about.
We were talking about the popular people having to go to therapy.
Yes, just like I never heard any stories about them, you know, dealing with anything mentally or personally. So when I'm transparent about it, I just feel better because I know there's probably somebody out there going through the same thing as me. You know, being able to really show people like a smile on your face when you're walking around the whole time, mentally, you're drained. And you're just not feeling like yourself, but, you know, being able to just pretend in somebody's face just to get past the day because you don't want anybody to think like you're a sad case or anything like that. And that's how I felt. But then when my friend shared that, she was like, girl, I've been going to therapy this whole school semester. I said, oh, I didn't know that. Well, now I'm going to go. And that motivated me to get help. And now I feel so like, I feel like a 10 out of 10 right now. Even with all the stuff that I have going on personally, like I just feel so mentally healthy and emotionally healthy. Because that's,
Physical.
yeah, well, of course physically. But I feel like people are not always mentally and emotionally healthy.
Yeah.
And they never really feel comfortable talking about it. But me, I don't mind talking about it because I know there's somebody out there that's probably needing to hear that.
Yeah.
So I just want to be that face.
The face of therapy.
Literally.
But you seem so confident, and I would like to ask a question like, when you were a child, were you always this confident, or like was this something like your friends kind of made you? Yeah?
I really don't know how I got here. So when I was a kid, I used to get bullied so bad.
Really?
Yeah, but I also didn't look like this when I was a kid.
How do you?
I'm about to say, my glow up. Let me tell you something. My glow up was actually 10 out of 10.
Oh my god, I gotta see this.
I'm not gonna show the camera,
Okay.
but
You know
I
have a couple
do
pictures,
like to
right?
show people.
Oh, you have a picture?
You know I have a couple pictures, right?
Oh.
I could just like put it
No.
up. It's okay.
Okay, I gotta see this.
You know what, Clumsy? There was actually a picture that I found from our freshman year.
Of who?
Me, you, and Avi.
Oh, really?
I'm trying to find a really good picture.
The childhood pictures must be bad. I'm confused why we're looking for a good one.
Hold on. Oh, here we go. I just want to say
Let me see.
that all black women are beautiful.
Would you go to a predominantly white school?
No way! Are you
I think you look good.
She gonna.
Your teeth are white too, like.
kidding?
She got a professor
Of
and
course.
glasses. It's her for me. The glasses.
Sometimes I like to look like the star.
Did you go to a predominantly white school though?
No, actually.
Ah.
So the thing about my school,
Yeah.
it wasn't predominantly white. It was actually extremely diverse.
Interesting.
I will say the most popular kids on my campus, like
Yeah.
the most successful, were not
Yeah.
white. They were actually Ethiopian. And people used to think I was Ethiopian. I was no.
I can see it.
Really?
I can see it. Can you see it?
Yeah.
I can see it. Like Ethiopian American.
Mm.
Yeah. I've been doing ancestry.
Huh?
I've been doing ancestry. Like a DNA. Like genetics.
What did it say?
Huh?
What did it say?
What was
Have
it?
you done like the DNA test?
Oh, no. And you know what's crazy? This is actually really bad, but for my birthday last year, I had asked for like what's it called, ancestry, whatever
Yeah.
kit, and like a DNA kit, because
Yeah.
I really wanted to see. Because actually, fun fact, my nana on my dad's side, she's Mexican, like fully Mexican. So I always want to see like what I am, and my dad's girlfriend actually bought me 2 cases from 2 different companies, and I never, to this day, have not sent it back.
You can do it tonight.
I really should,
Do
but
it.
I never sent it back. Isn't that crazy?
Send it back.
It's in my nightstand right now,
Nah,
and I look at it all the time like, dang, I really need to send this back because I really want to know like what I am.
and I'm curious too.
Me too. I have to post it when I do it.
Man, I remember when I did mine. That's the story.
You did yours?
I swear I did mine. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna be everywhere, you know. I'm probably gonna be a bit in Brazil, a bit of this and that.
Oh.
Psych! 80% Nigeria, 10% Togo, Benin. That's it.
That man did not leave Africa. He said Africa, Africa 100%.
I was like, what? I spent a couple $100 just in South
Yeah,
Africa.
it's super expensive.
I know. But it was actually when I made my internship money, I was like,
Oh yeah, it'd be like that. But nah, I don't know. Should I? No, I just feel
Don't
like
do it, bro.
I'm like 98% Nigerian
bro. I
and
should
like
save money.
2% sexy. Like
oh my god. Anyways, thank you so much for coming to our show. We're gonna cut it wraps because
oh no, I just feel like I just really like
That's not in the country,
I
bro.
feel so Nigerian, bro. Is that it? Do you ever feel that?
I feel that. I ain't gonna lie, when I was younger, I felt like I'm not from Nigeria. I don't know why.
Man,
Nah, I'm not from it. My parents adopted me from somewhere.
Oh,
You feel that too?
no.
oh.
I was like, no, I don't belong here.
I definitely, bro. I feel like my whole soul is just like too Nigerian. Like I don't know.
Nah, I think as I grew up, I went over to the state. That's when I felt it. Before I was just like, nah, it's probably from like Italy or like from England. I don't know why.
Oh.
There was probably a time I wanted to be from somewhere like that, but I feel like as I got older, I was like,
Yeah, you embrace it.
I was like, this is me.
This is my personality from now
Yeah,
on.
this is my
I'm really
personality.
excited to see.
See what?
Now I really want to do mine.
Let's
Do
see.
it.
Because sometimes we can really tell.
You can tell. I would
We
say
can tell.
Ethiopian for sure. Gotta be there.
No.
Mexican, of course, because you're not from Mexican. I'll probably say, which one are you thinking?
It's giving. It's like like the way what's the name? The North African babes
Yeah.
with the forehead.
Wait, can you hear that? Like.
Yeah, she got that. Yeah, she got.
Forehead.
Yeah, she got that North African forehead, and her hair is curly too.
What does
That's
that mean?
not.
Like literally, no. Like literally, if you go look up like babes from.
Oh, I see the one.
Where was this babe from? Babes from. Where was this babe from? I'm trying to remember where this babe was from.
Eritrea.
No. Oh yeah,
Eritrea.
Ethiopia, Eritrea, Contras like that.
Yeah, I know.
The forehead and the curly hair combo. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably what it is. But
Yeah.
you should do it tonight.
You do it tonight.
It's gonna take a long time to get back there.
Yeah.
You already had it for a long time.
Yeah.
So
I've had it for over a year. That is so crazy.
I think you need to do a new sample and all.
I do. And I have two. It's not like it's just one. I have two different kids.
you have two.
One from Ancestry.com, I
Yeah.
feel like it's called. And then there was another one, but I had never heard of it, but she brought it for me. Huh?
23 and me.
I don't know.
No.
It's like a white box and it has colors on it.
23 and me.
I don't know. I don't know what it's called.
Oh.
Like, you could say the exact name and I wouldn't know.
Never mind.
But I know what the box looks like, but I don't know the name. I forgot. I haven't looked at the box, man. Once.
Okay. So this is like the couple last questions.
Okay.
Let's try it not to make it as philosophical. 'Cause I know where I could go, so we just make it normal. So what's the plan? What's your plan? What's the plan for you? Like,
After
how
I
do you?
graduate,
No, not just after you graduate. Like, how do you see yourself? Like, how do you see yourself, and how do you want people to see you?
I see myself as very tenacious.
Hmm.
And I see myself as super strong. And a little sensitive. I'm not scared to be self-accountable. I'm very sensitive. I don't know why. Well, no, I'm not very sensitive. I'm dramatic, but I'm not sensitive. I'm like, okay, I'm sensitive, but it's not like
She
a
just
bad
finds
sensitive.
like the nice words for the bad things. That's all that happens. I'm like, same thing, but sure, keep going.
Yeah, okay, so I'm dramatic. But like in a good way. But I'm extremely
Again. You doing it again. You doing it again.
What is happening? Cause it's okay.
But what else? I don't know.
But how do you want people to see you though?
Well, I really want people to see how strong I am, but that would have to take me like explaining why I'm so strong. That's just like giving like my background, everything I've been through, and I don't want people to know all that about me. So I don't know if I want people to know I'm so strong. I don't know.
You doing it again.
No, but it's just like they will only know how strong I am if I tell them like everything I've been through. But I don't want to tell you everything I've been through. So
Why not?
because it's just like so personal, and I don't want people to think anything bad of like certain people, if that makes sense. Because a lot of things that happened to me, I feel like those people made impulsive decisions off of emotions, and so because they did that, it affected me. But I don't want people to know that about certain people. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Because I still want people to have a good image, even though what they did to me affected me in a bad way. It also made me who I am today, and I love who I am today. So I don't want to tarnish somebody's image just to make people see me as strong, if that makes sense.
Oh, that makes sense.
But so that's just like the only hard one. But I also want people to see me as like super nice, cause I am really nice. But I do like I'm nice. I'm nice. Anyway.
When I first saw you, I thought you were stuck up. I'm
I'm
gonna be honest.
Think that.
When I first saw you, I was like, oh my gosh, like, don't talk to me.
Yeah.
Like,
What is he doing?
I just took that as me walking. I don't know if I walked that hard. I will say I do like a nice bounce. I won't say I'm.
Don't talk to me. I'm like, what?
and that's what I thought. I was just like, okay.
No, I'm actually super nice, but I just feel like I have an RBF. And once people get to know me, they see like how nice, and I love like cracking jokes with people. I love laughing with people. I don't want people to see that. But no, everybody always says they think I'm stuck up. That's just my face. I don't know.
Got it.
Or people be like, smile more. And then I'd be like, give me a reason to smile. Why are you? But no, but like people are just saying, people just want me to walk around smiling. Then I look crazy.
Hi.
But yeah, I don't know. I would say I want people to know. I don't know. That's hard because it's also like, do I even want people to know me that well. Because I don't want people to get too comfortable saying they know me like that. So it's like, I don't know. I kind of want people to make their own opinions. Because the opinions that matter, they know me for real. The opinions that don't matter, they don't know me. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Like, now I will say, I did have a problem trying to like people please and make sure everybody thought I was nice and everybody thought this way about me. When you really think about it, like the only people that should actually feel that way about you are the people that actually know you and get the time to know you or take the time to know you.
Would you say like because you're bullied, that's why you're a people pleaser?
No. I wouldn't say I was like really a people pleaser until I got in my position and I was trying to make sure everybody was pleased because I didn't want anybody to say like they were mad at me.
So because you feel like you have something to prove.
Yeah, especially after the whole thing. So I was just like, But I've gotten out of that because people are gonna complain about anything. That's another thing I've learned. People are gonna complain about anything.
That's what she means.
People ignore all of the good. Like it could be 99.9% good, but they'll focus on that
1% sexy.
Yeah, 0.1% because it's like, oh my gosh, this is not right. And it's like you're not looking at all the good somebody has done. You're focusing on that one thing that's bad. I hate when people do that. But yeah, so I don't know.
That makes sense. So what's like speaking still on this question? So what's like the end goal? Like what's like your life goal? Like what's like okay, you're dead right now. What do you want people to know for you or your tombstone?
I want to change something about somebody's life. Like I've always wanted to be like a role model. I've always wanted people to like look up to me.
I'll be your role model.
I can't lie. That was a good note though.
Thank you. You guys, I really.
Oh my god.
That was
Oh.
Take note. Can you do that again?
I'm so sorry now. I'll do it offline.
That was good too.
Stop lying to this.
It's okay. Stop hating, fam.
I didn't say nothing. I'm just having a good time here, man.
What song was that?
So you see she was lying to you?
No, I don't know what song that was.
Role models by Friend Fires.
Oh.
You didn't know it?
It sounded familiar. I probably just didn't know the.
Good notes. That was great.
It didn't sound good the way you sang it.
It's not sponsored because
Oh yeah.
man pays free tickets to the concert.
Yeah, I've heard that before. Okay. That did sound good. I won't say it sounded just like it, but it was good.
See, you had autotune. I didn't have autotune.
I feel that, my guy.
Maybe you could add some.
LX3 Studio coming right next to you.
Yeah.
I'm taking actors, musicians,
Yeah.
everything.
Liars too.
Exactly. Bad and good liars.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
a retired liar.
Okay. So.
I think Felicia answered your question.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It'd be like that, man. It'd be like that. But Jayla, thank you. Thank you for coming out here. Thank you for being a role model to women on campus. Thank you for going to therapy and making people go to therapy. It's been a great episode so far, and usually at the end of the episode we have a ritual where you have to give a name of a creative that comes to your head. It could be a photographer, musician, poet, anything. And then from there, tell us where we can find you.
The creative, I mean, I feel like somebody already said him, but shots by Milo.
That was the last guest, but
Well,
yeah,
only because he takes all my pictures.
that's fair.
He took this picture.
I always use him as the example too.
Well, okay.
That's good too.
It could be like
more
for hair.
PR for him.
It could be like for hair or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, man.
Okay. I'll say, okay, I'll say 2. So Fleek by Deja, she did my second to last silk press. Very good. I just recommended her. She is just so precise with everything. Like all of her hair. Like if you go down her page and you look at every style she's done, it's so precise. It's so neat. A 10 out of 10 every single style. So I'll say her. And then I also, I was gonna say the Ari Effect. She does my nails. 10 out of 10. And I love her simply for the fact that she like makes your appointment your own. So she has this little section when you book with her. She'll say like, do you want to vent? Do you want to just listen to music? Do you want to just have a silent session? Do you want to watch Netflix? Like I love that. She really cares about her customers. So those are my 2 and highest.
Okay.
Oh, you can follow me jai.xoo on Instagram. That's all I use for real.
Okay. That's good. So for me, as usual, you can follow me at TheCamC.
And you can follow me at Olashipumi Olakwo.
And thank you. Like, subscribe, tell your mom and dad, and all that good stuff.
Peace out.